Jake Carter was an engineer from Earth, working at the Galactic Unity base. He liked to fix things. Machines made sense to him. People, especially aliens, were harder to understand. That changed the day he met Lyra. Lyra was different from anyone Jake had met. She was tall, with glowing green eyes and silver hair. Her voice was calm, but she carried herself like a warrior. She came from the Varelian Empire, a proud and ancient alien race. Jake was sent to help with a damaged Varelian shuttle. It was the first time he saw her. Jake didn't know what to say. He kept his head down and worked on the shuttle. Lyra watched him closely. She didn't say much, but she smiled once. That was enough for Jake to remember her. 2 weeks later, there was a celebration at the base. Unity Day. Leaders from many planets came. Jake was there to help with the sound systems. He didn't expect to see Lyra again. But she was there, standing tall in silver armor, speaking to the leaders. After her speech, she walked through the crowd. She spotted Jake and walked straight to him. "You fixed our shuttle. You have good hands," she said. Jake smiled, unsure what to say. "I just did my job." Lyra tilted her head. "You are honest. That is rare." "Marry me," Jake froze. "What?" Lyra nodded. "In Varelian culture, that is how we show deep trust. I see strength in you. I need someone like you." Jake laughed. He thought it was a joke. Raised his glass. "All right then, I accept. I didn't know that Varelians took such words seriously." For them, a proposal was a vow. When Lyra returned to her ship, she told her people she was engaged. The next day, Jake received a message. It was formal and clear. It was to travel to Valeris, the Varelian homeworld, to meet Lyra's family, and prepare for the joining ceremony. Jake thought it was a prank, but it wasn't. The Galactic Council confirmed it. He had accepted a marriage proposal from a Varelian noble, not just any noble. Lyra was the oldest daughter of the Varelian royal line. Jake sat on his bed holding the message. He read it 5 times. He didn't sleep that night. By the end of the week, he was on a shuttle to Valeris. The journey took 2 days. When he arrived, the planet looked beautiful from above. It was green and blue with silver cities that sparkled under the sun. At the landing port, guards waited for him. They wore armor and carried long staffs. One of them nodded. "You are the chosen mate. Come with us." Jake followed them, his heart pounding. He was taken through wide halls made of stone and glass. He saw statues of warriors, paintings of battles, and glowing crystals lighting the way. At the end of the hall stood Lyra. She wore a long silver robe. She smiled as he approached. "You came," she said. Jake nodded, still not sure what I agreed to. Lyra laughed. "You agreed to me, but there is more. Air world, marriage to one means bond with all. My sisters are part of this." Jake blinked. "Sisters?" Behind Lyra, 3 women stepped forward. Each one looked different. One had long black hair and calm eyes. Another had short red hair and a sharp gaze. The last had golden hair and wore armor. Lyra turned to them. "This is Syrah, Kale, and Nyla. By our law, they become your guardians and companions. Ready or not, you marry all of us." Jake stared at them. He wasn't sure if he was dreaming or losing his mind. Kale stepped forward. "You better be stronger than you look." Nyla smiled gently. "We will see who you are." Syrah said nothing, just studied him. Jake took a deep breath. This is going to be interesting. Jake followed Lyra through the long halls of the Varelian palace. The walls glowed faintly with light from the crystals that lined them. He looked at everything with wide eyes. It was beautiful, but strange. He still couldn't believe he was here. Lyra stopped near a large doorway. "This will be your room," she said. "You will stay here until the ceremony. My sisters will come to speak with you. They must know you well before the union." Jake nodded slowly. "All right, I'll try not to mess up." She smiled. "Just be yourself. That is what matters." After she left, Jake sat on the bed. It was soft and warm. The room smelled like flowers and stone. He looked around. There were no machines, no screens, no tools. Just old art, soft lights, and silence. Later, the door opened again. The first to visit him was Syrah, the one with calm eyes and black hair. She walked with grace, holding a tablet in her hands. "You are human," she said, sitting across from him. "Humans are known for making deals, not keeping them. Why should we trust you?" Jake didn't answer right away. He leaned forward. Didn't plan this, but I meant what I said. Won't run from it. If your sister believes in me, then I will prove myself. Sierra watched him. Her eyes narrowed. Then she nodded. Words are wind. Actions matter. We will see. When she left, Jake let out a long breath. Moments later, the door opened again. This time it was Kale. She wore light armor and had a sharp look in her eyes. It didn't sit. I don't like you yet, she said. But I don't hate you, that's something. Jake stood up. Why do you not like me? Because you're soft, Kale said. We come from a world of peace. We come from war. My sister needs someone strong. Not just in the body, but in the heart. Jake frowned. I may not be a soldier, but I won't run. I fix things, protect people in my own way. Kale stepped closer, studying him. Then she nodded. We will train. Tomorrow. At first light, Jake sighed. Of course. Kale turned and walked out. Just as he was about to lie down again, the door opened for the third time. A soft presence entered. Nyla, the one with golden hair and kind eyes. She wore a white robe, and a soft light seemed to follow her. She smiled. You were tired. Jake gave a small smile. A little. Your sisters ask hard questions. Nyla sat beside him. They only want to protect Lyra. She is strong, but even strong hearts break. We need to know if you will stay. I'll stay, Jake said. Even if it's hard. Even if it hurts. I don't know your ways yet, but I want to learn. Nyla touched his arm lightly. Then I will help you. Come with me. She led him out into a small garden behind the palace. The air was cool. Strange flowers glowed in the dark. Nyla pointed to the bench. They sat together. Our people live by unity, she said. One soul, many voices. When you marry Lyra, you join us all. You do not just marry a person. You become part of our bond. Jake nodded. It sounds big, but maybe that's what I need. She looked at him, then rest tonight. Tomorrow, the trials begin. Trials, he asked. Yes, she said softly. To prove your heart. To prove your place among us. Jake stared at the stars above. He had come to fix a shuttle. Now he was about to face trials for marriage, for family, for something far bigger than he had ever imagined. And it was just the beginning. Jake woke up early. The sky over Valeris was still dark, but Kale was already waiting outside his door. She stood with her arms crossed and her sword at her side. Come, she said. The first trial begins now. Jake followed her to a wide training field. The air was cold. Other Varelians watched from a distance. Kale handed him a training staff. You fight with this? She said. Not to win, but to show spirit. Jake took the staff. He had never used one before. Kale attacked without warning. Her strikes were fast, but not cruel. Jake tried to block, stumbled and fell, but got up again. Again and again she hit. He kept standing. After a long hour, she stepped back. You are weak in the body, she said, but you did not give up. That is something. Jake dropped the staff and took a deep breath. His arms hurt, but he felt proud. Later, Sierra arrived. She brought him to a large room filled with people, a council meeting. Your second trial is here, she said. You must speak. Jake looked nervous. About what? About why you wish to join us. They must hear your truth. Jake stepped forward. The room was quiet. He looked at the faces watching him. I come from Earth, he said. Our people are still learning about the stars. I didn't plan to be here, but I met Lyra, and I made a promise. I want to keep it. I want to understand your ways and stand with you. Not just for her, but for all of you. The council members whispered among themselves. Then one nodded, and others smiled. Sierra gave a small nod too. You spoke from the heart, she said. That is rare. The final trial came from Nyla. She took Jake to a quiet cave. Inside, glowing water filled a pool. She gave him a small crystal. Place this in the water and hold it, she said. Your memories will rise. Do not look away. Jake did as she said. The water glowed brighter. Scenes from his past came to life on the surface. He saw himself as a boy, fixing broken toys. Saw his parents, long gone. He saw his lonely nights, working late, always quiet, always alone. He looked at it all. The happy and the sad did not turn away. Nyla watched him. You have faced yourself, and he cannot. Jake stood slowly. He felt tired, but clear. That night, the four of them sat around a fire. Lyra looked at him with pride. You passed the trials, she said. You did not break. Kale nodded. You are not strong like a fighter, but you are strong in another way. Sira said you will speak for both our worlds one day. Nyla added, and you have a heart that sees. That is rare. Jake looked at each of them. He felt something he had never felt before. He was part of something larger. Suddenly, a guard ran into the circle. There is trouble, the guard said. Someone has broken into the records room. Important documents are gone. Lyra stood at once. Who? We are not sure yet. But it happened during the trial. Jake stood too. Was it because of me? Kale looked at him. Maybe. Or maybe they used the trials as a cover. Either way, we must find out. The fire still burned, but the night had grown colder. Jake knew the trials were not over. Something else had begun. Jake stood by the window of his room, looking at the city below. The Laris was glowing under the night sky. The wedding was only 2 days away. He should have felt happy, but something did not feel right. Lyra had warned him. Danger was near. The next morning, the palace was busy. Decorations were going up, food was being prepared, and guests from other worlds began to arrive. But behind the smiles, the sisters were quiet. They could feel it too. Something was wrong. Later that day, a message arrived. It was sent to the council. Someone had made a false report. It claimed Jake was a spy from Earth, sent to gain control of Varelian secrets. The council was shaken. The message had the seal of a Varelian noble. Lyra stormed into the council chamber. This is a lie. Jake has done nothing but prove himself. Who would do this? The council argued. Some believed Lyra. Others were unsure. The wedding was delayed. Jake was placed under guard. In his room, Jake sat alone. He had never felt so helpless. He had passed the trials. He had gained the sisters' respect. Now he was being treated like a traitor. Sira came to see him. She closed the door behind her. This lie did not come from Earth, she said. It came from within. Someone in our court does not want this union. Jake looked at her. What do I do now? We find the truth, Sira said, and we do it fast. With Sira's help, Jake and the sisters began to look into the records. They searched old messages, court logs, and guest lists. Kale questioned guards and servants. Nyla spoke with elders. Lyra met with her father, the High Elder. That night, Kale returned with news. One of the nobles, Duran, has been meeting with a small group that wants to break ties with humans. They fear change. They want to keep power. Jake stood. Then we confront him. Not yet, Lyra said. He is careful. We need proof. The next day, Sira traced the message back to a data station near the southern wall. Jake and Kale went there at night. They found a hidden device. It held a copy of the false message. This is what we need, Kale said. As they returned to the palace, someone followed them. A group of masked attackers stepped out from the shadows. They held stun rods and blades. Give us the data, one of them said. Jake stepped in front of Kale. Not a chance. The attackers rushed. Jake and Kale fought back. Jake blocked one rod with a metal pipe, while Kale moved like fire, striking with speed. Jake was hit once in the side, but kept fighting. In the end, the attackers ran. Kale helped Jake up. You fight like a fool, she said, but you fight well. Jake smiled. Thanks, I think. They gave the proof to the council. Darren was brought in and questioned. He denied it, but the evidence was clear. The council saw the truth. Lyra stood before them. Jake risked his life to protect us. He fought for this family, for peace. That is more than words. That is action. The council lifted the delay. The wedding could happen. But not all was calm. The sisters knew there could be more danger. They began to plan for extra guards and watchers. Lyra would not let her family be harmed. That evening, the sisters and Jake sat together in the quiet garden. The stars were bright. The air was calm for once. Jake looked at them. I thought I was just going to fix a ship. Now I'm marrying into a royal family, dodging attacks and fighting in the dark." Nyla smiled. "And yet, you are still here, because I believe in all of you," he said. "Because I believe in what we are building." Lyra leaned closer, then rest. "Tomorrow, we walk into the future together." Jake looked up at the stars. His heart was still racing. But this time, it was not from fear. It was from hope. The sun rose over Valeris, casting golden light on the towers and gardens of the palace. It was the day of the joining. Jake stood in front of a mirror, wearing the ceremonial robe given to him by the Varelian elders. It was dark blue with silver trim, made from soft threads that shimmered in the light. He took a deep breath. This was the day his life would change forever. Outside, the city was alive with music and light. People from many worlds had come to see the ceremony. Varelians lined the streets, holding small, glowing orbs as a sign of unity. Human delegates stood with them, dressed in formal wear. Even the Galactic Council had sent members to witness the event. Jake stepped out into the Great Hall. The walls were covered in flowers and glowing symbols. The air smelled of sweet herbs and fresh stone. The sisters waited for him at the end of the path. Lyra stood in the center, her silver robe flowing behind her. Sira, Kale, and Nyla stood at her sides, each dressed in a way that showed their role. As Jake walked down the path, people bowed their heads. Some smiled, others just watched. The music slowed. The room became quiet. Jake reached Lyra. She looked at him and spoke first. "You came as a stranger," she said, "but you stood with us through trials, through danger, and through doubt. Today we welcome you not just as a husband, but as part of our bond." Jake nodded. "I did not know what this journey would bring, but I know what it means now. I am not just joining with you. I am choosing a path with all of you." The High Elder stepped forward. He raised his hand. "By the laws of the Varelian bond, and by the voice of unity, we join this soul to our own. May he walk with strength, truth, and purpose." Lyra took Jake's hand. Sira placed a band of stone and light around his wrist. Kale gave him a small dagger, a symbol of defense. Nyla placed a leaf from the heart tree in his hand, a symbol of peace. The crowd cheered. The orbs in their hands glowed brighter. The music rose again. The joining was complete. Later, during the feast, people danced and shared stories. Jake sat with the sisters, watching everything. He no longer felt like an outsider, felt like part of something greater. Lyra leaned toward him. "Are you ready for what comes next?" Jake smiled. "Ready or not, I'm here." Suddenly, one of the guards rushed to their table. He whispered something to Kale. Her face turned serious. "Trouble at the gates. Group refuses to leave. They say the Union is a threat." Lyra stood, and we faced them, together. Jake stood with her. "Do we need weapons?" Kale shook her head. "No, just truth." They walked to the outer court where the protesters stood. They were loud, angry, and holding banners. But they did not attack. Lyra stepped forward. "This union is not weakness, it is strength. Our worlds are stronger together. Change is not the end, it is the start." Jake raised his voice. "I came here as one. But I found many. This family, this world, it accepted me. I did not take anything. I gave everything." Some in the crowd began to lower their signs. Others listened in silence. One elder among them stepped forward. "You speak with heart. You faced our trials. You are in this place." The protest ended without a fight. The people returned to the city. Jake looked at the sisters. They nodded in quiet agreement. That night, under the stars, the family stood on a high tower. The wind was soft and the sky clear. Lyra took Jake's hand. "This is only the beginning. There'll be more trials, more tests, but we face them together." Jake looked out at Valeris. He was far from Earth, but he had never felt more at home. He smiled and said, "Let tomorrow come. I am not alone now." And the stars above seemed to shine just a little brighter.